Hello, good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News with me, Malshani Gamagi. We take a look at your top stories first. President assures that 99% of the security situation has returned to normality. Prime Minister says funds allocated from the budget should be properly used. Inquiries on copper factory workers entrusted to the TID. Another suspect related to the school hand grenade is arrested. Inquiries are on with respect to a politician. And news overseas, Netanyahu struggles to form government amidst talk of a new election. And now the news in detail. President Maithripala Sirisena has said that an assurance can be given that 99% of the prevailing security situation in the country is now normal. The president expressed this view during a meeting with foreign diplomats this morning. Foreign diplomats from the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Japan, Germany, Australia and the European Union met the president at the president's official residence. Expressing his views on the occasion, the president told the diplomats that it was possible to bring the security situation into normality as a result of the successful operations mooted by the defense forces and the intelligence units. The president lauded the foreign intelligence units that extended their support to the local security forces in this respect. The president further pointed out that he continuously expected the support given by all countries for the national security program as well as for the economic development. The president made a request from the foreign diplomats to immediately withdraw the travel advisories imposed for tourists with the Easter Sunday attacks. The foreign diplomats gave an assurance that they would undertake to do the necessary mediation for the withdrawal of the travel advisories for tourists of their countries. Further, pinpointing on the security operations in the country, the president elaborated on the persons, explosives and arms that were seized during the operations. Later, the president referred to the restructure that is being carried out in the security services to ensure that there would not be a repetition of the brutal attacks. The president pointed out that action was being taken to enact new regulations and establish a new institutional structure. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that it should be a priority action to spend all funds allocated for development programs from the budget. The Prime Minister made this observation joining in the establishment of the Palmyra Development Fund. The Palmyra Development Fund was launched at Temple Trees today with the purpose of accelerating the development tasks of the North and East. Under this fund, it is planned to accelerate development, including carrying out improvement to infrastructure in the North and East. The Prime Minister said that the present government has undertaken a major responsibility on behalf of developing the country. Premier Wickremesinghe further said that this fund was being launched to develop areas affected in the North and East by the war. Special appeals were made to set aside funds for development of the two provinces. He proposed to launch this fund particularly for development of these regions. 7 more billion rupees was also being spent on the Gamperelia program. 50 billion rupees has been set aside as capital expenditure. It includes the 2,000 houses that are to be newly constructed. Funds for these areas are being provided under Enterprises Sri Lanka. 22,000 graduates are to be recruited and part of it will be for the North and East. Allocations have also been made for other parts of the country. The government hopes to discharge a large amount of work this year. The Prime Minister said that all the allocated funds should be spent. Expressing his views on the occasion, Minister Mangala Samaravira said that
actually hopes to accelerate the development drive in the north and east of Sri Lanka. In fact, as a government which firmly believes that if we are to achieve the economic prosperity our country deserves and our country should have, it is imperative that all the people of Sri Lanka are given the opportunity to be partners of this development drive. And this is why, in addition to many other budget proposals which were in order to kickstart, if I may say, the economy of the North and the East, we thought we should set up this fund, which actually was proposed by Honorable Sambandhan at the time as the leader of the opposition. Our government is committed to ensure that you return to normalcy as early as possible and become, as I said earlier, active partners of the Sri Lanka's drive forward. So again, let me thank the Prime Minister for the encouragement and support he has given in getting this off the ground, and also Honorable Sambandhan.
Non-Cabinet Minister Dr. Harsha De Silva, State Minister Vijayakala Maheshwaran, Parliamentarian R. Sambandhan and many other people's representatives were present. Another suspect who is involved in a sabotaging activity to create fear psychosis in schools throughout the island after leaving a hand grenade parcel near a junior school at Dikhane in Palindanuwara has been arrested with explosives. The suspect arrested is a 31-year-old person residing in the Gadigalla colony. He is also a brother of a suspect who was arrested in an incident related to the placing of 13 hand grenades in the Dikhane school. The police said that the suspect has been detained at the Colombo Crimes Division and been interrogated. The security sectors have uncovered that there is an involvement of a politician of the province behind this act of sabotage of instilling fear in schools throughout the country by placing a hand grenade parcel near the Dikhane Primary School in Palindanuwara. It has been revealed that the hand grenade parcel had been kept with the aim of closing down all schools, giving publicity through the media that there is a threat to the security of schools in the area. The suspect, who is believed to have placed the bomb parcel, is a person linked to many crimes including murders in the area. He and the watchman of the school were arrested and are being grilled. The police have begun inquiries for arrest of persons who gave publicity through the public address system, announcing that schools in the area have been shut down due to the recovery of a bomb in the school. The police have begun inquiries for arrest of persons who gave publicity through the public address system, announcing that schools in the area have been shut down due to the discovery of a bomb in the school. The saboteur concerned is residing behind the school, and the police suspect that he had placed the bomb parcel in the school and fled on a motorbike. The police also suspect that the person who is thought to be involved in the act of sabotage may have placed the bomb parcel based on the links maintained with the politician concerned. The 9 employees of the copper factory in Wellampitia who were arrested on the suspicious involvement in the Easter Sunday attacks appeared before the Colombo Chief Magistrate's Court today. Additional Magistrate Priyantha Liyanage informed them to appear before the Terrorist Investigations Division in the next few days to record statements. Now more information on court cases. Accordingly, these suspects should separately appear before the Terrorist Investigations Division from tomorrow until the 1st of June on the date stipulated to them. The Terrorist Investigations Division informed the court that they needed to uncover information from them holding further investigations. The Terrorist Investigations Division further said that they would not take action under the Terrorist Prevention Act and that further action was planned based on the information that they uncover when recording the statements. Meanwhile, the 10th suspect from among the copper factory workers with regard to the incident was further remanded until the 10th of this month. All the suspects were ordered to appear in court on that day. The appeal court has issued notice on Professor Sarath Vijayasuriya to appear before court over contempt of court charges on June 21st. The court had issued orders to this effect after considering a complaint filed against the professor. A complaint had been filed by an attorney, a retired army officer. According to the complainants, Professor Vijayasuriya had made defamatory remarks against the judiciary on several occasions, including on social media. While questioning as to why legal action was not taken against him, the complainants requested court to mete out the relevant punishments to the defendant. Preliminary objections in the case filed over the hacking of the current court mayor's computer could be raised on July 3rd. 2 persons, including former court mayor Janaka Ranawaka, have been named as the accused in the case, which has been heard before High Court Judge Manjula Tilakaratna. During today's hearing, the President's counsel representing the defendants had sought a date to raise objections over the charges levelled against his clients. Accordingly, the Colombo High Court judge had announced that objections could be raised on June 3rd. The Minuangoda magistrate has issued an order banning foreign travel for 3 persons, including the Pivituru Hela Urumaya deputy leader Madumadava Arvinda. This ruling has been issued suspecting that they were involved in the violent incidents that took place on the night of the 13th of this month. Accordingly, the Minuangoda magistrate Kesara C.A. Samaradivakara had issued this order to the Immigration and Emigration Controller. Based on this ruling, Pivituru Hela Urumaya deputy leader Madumadava Arvinda, K.P. Atula Dayaratna of Polwatta in Minuangoda and K. Ruanupendra of Gurugama in Hinetiana are banned from foreign travel. The police told the court that several police teams have identified 15 persons as being involved in the Minuangoda unrest based on information of intelligence sleuths, trustworthy individuals and CCTV footage. Further investigations are being pursued to apprehend them. Minister P. Harrison has said that the import of green gram will be totally halted in the future. The minister claimed that it is expected to cultivate green gram on an extent of 15,000 acres in the Hambantota district. He made these references during a discussion held with regional irrigation engineers of the Anuradhapura district. The minister revealed that arrangements have been made to cultivate green gram on 15,000 acres in the Hambantota district. If the cultivation was successfully undertaken, it will not be necessary to import green gram. 10,000 metric tons of green gram had been imported last year. A program is being drawn up on how to use the land that is to be cultivated with this crop and the strategy of selling the produce. As the minister, he is doing his utmost to halt the import of commodities that could be cultivated in the country. He said that they have already halted the import of peanuts. Normally, 10,000 metric tons of peanuts are being brought from the north and the south. More than 2,000 acres are being cultivated with peanuts in the Mullaitivu, Kilinochchi and Jaffna districts under a World Bank assistance program. It will not be necessary to import 1,000 metric tons of peanuts if the yield from the north as well as the Monragala and Hambantota districts are received. Minister Rajitha Senaratne has said that the shortage of medical drugs will be eliminated soon. The minister pointed out that a shortage of 216 varieties of drugs surfaced due to the political crisis that prevailed in the country during the end of last year. A discussion was held at the Health Ministry on maintaining activities in hospitals sans a shortage of drugs. Expressing his views at this discussion, the minister further said that it had still not been possible to supply certain drugs for hospitals due to the non-implementation of the procurement process during the political crisis that prevailed in the country at the end of last year. The health minister pointed out that during this period, not a single tender was operative and no import of drugs had taken place. Parliamentarian Vijitha Herath has said that whatever accusations were raised today, it was the previous regime that approved the construction of a Batticaloa University. He made this comment addressing a news conference held at the Pelawatha Janatha Vimukti Peramuna head office. Vijitha Herath said that there is a serious issue in the encouragement of the Batticaloa University. This agreement was signed on August 15, 2013. The agreement has been signed by those who are making these allegations. It was signed by Dallas Alhapiruma, Minister of Vocational Training Minister in 2013 and also MP Hizbullah. Work on this Hira's foundation was stated after the Minister of Vocational Training in 2013 signed it. Despite the rejection of the Vocational Training Authority, the minister established this institution while setting up 25 other institutions in the country. The lands required for this purpose have been given by the Mahaweli Authority. A serious mistake has been done in this respect by the former Mahaweli Minister and the former Vocational Training Minister. Western Province Governor Azad Sali has said that all governments that had ruled the country from 1994 are responsible for the Easter terror attacks. He was addressing a news conference. Azad Salih said that an extremist group attacked on the 21st of April and destroyed the country. He said that the governments that were in power from 1994 are responsible for these attacks. Everyone had united and are helping the churches. But when such things were being done, another group is attempting to devastate the country. It was this group that, when a Sinhala-Muslim clash occurred in 1915, claimed that they were commemorating it in 2015. But with the change of government in 2015, they were unable to do it, but they were waiting for an opportunity. Three individuals have been killed in 4 motor accidents. These accidents had happened in the Jayala, Mawatagama, Tihagoda and Matale areas. 17 persons were injured in these accidents. Meanwhile, 8 sustained injuries in a motor accident that occurred in the Nivandama area in Jayala South. The injured had been admitted to the Colombo North Hospital. A van met with this accident by giving room for a 3-wheeler that was plying in the opposite direction. 8 passengers travelling in the van had sustained injuries. And now a look at today's exchange rates. And that's all the news tonight. For further details on these news items and more, log into itnnews.lk. Good night.